But Dr. Weston has successfully gotten Black people to embrace different parts of veganism, right? And to do away with a lot of the grape juice and grape sodas that are traditionally marketed to us, right? And he has run a successful program there, and we are very fortunate. I think he's going to be one of the first people we have you speak with, and you're going to really like him. I'm excited, right? I get frustrated sometimes, and sometimes people hear that on the station when we're dealing with this particular space, right? And it's not just kidney disease; it's really the big three: diabetes, right? Diabetes, cardiovascular, and then kidney disease, and then not just chronic, but also rare hypertension. That's the other one, and it's not just the chronic, but it's rare. People get rare kidney disease all the time, especially us. I mean, B1s get it. I mean, we get a lot of these rare kidney diseases. And so our goal is always to educate people and inform them so that they know the questions to ask, right? And I get really mad with the doctors a lot, but it's like it's like kind of pointing out the faults of your teachers, right? We know we need teachers. We love our teachers. Same thing with our doctors, but we get mad when they're like, they want to say, the responsibility is yours, but yet you're not teaching me the frameworks and the questions to ask. That's what gets me annoyed.
Well, I get annoyed because
I know what Squawk is doing, and I'm really happy that we are a part of it. I know I have to jump off now. I wish I could stay longer.
And then I told Tiffany, I said, I think our interview with them is going to feel like we're at home, and we're just going to keep going.
Oh, good. I'm more vegetarian, but I since Christmas, man, I stopped eating meat. My cholesterol, everything is normal. HDL, LDL, all normal.
Wow.
Because I cut the meat, and that's just since Christmas. And my cholesterol used to be high all the time.
Look at that.
It's nothing.
But the thing that the thing is that we make the adjustments, right? When we're forced to, right? Even within, I'm a big beef person, right? I always tell people my vices, right, are tacos. I love some barbecue brisket, and I love Pepsi.
Yeah, me too.
And all of that. But hey, let's talk a little bit about your transplant, right? So once you got, once you figured out, hey, my kidney's failing me, walk us through that. Like, what was that process like as you went through?
Well, the crazy thing about it is Black people, especially Black men, we have a tendency not to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like I do a joke on stage. I say, a white guy is stubborn out on his leg, he gonna go to the hospital. If a Black man is stubborn out on his leg, we gonna feel on our other leg and see if we're not over there. If we're not on that other leg, we're like, oh, well, cool, supposed to be there.
It must be normal.
Yeah, do that. So I sat around for a long time, and my hands got swollen and my feet got swollen, and I was still like, I think something wrong. But I still wasn't. I still probably could, if I didn't eat right, maybe I could, but damage was done. So I was like, well. Then I waited around, and then all of a sudden, man, my private part, man, my balls got swollen. I was like, whoa. We started messing with the brother private part.
That's when you decided.
I walked around for a couple of days like that, though, because it made that bowl stick out. So I was like, yeah. But
oh, my gosh.
I didn't joke it. But then I went in, man, and the doctor say, hey, man, we got to get it. We got to go, dialysis. So I did the dialysis, and man, looking at your lifeline, your bloodline, it's like you watching it go in and out your body, cleaning it. It's a bad feeling, man. It's like, it's very discouraging, very depressing. And I used to just go and, people, they knew who I was. I used to try to cover my face up and stuff, and, get up under my hoodie, and just try to go to sleep, and I didn't want to talk to people. And it was just a frustrating situation. But then when I had to get the transplant, man, I went in, and it was crazy because dialysis worked differently for me. The doctor used to tell you, like a kidney person, they tell you not to eat tomatoes, not to eat certain potassium, not to eat. But my doctor used to tell me to eat it because my potassium was low. and my protein was low. And he's like, I can't tell nobody else in here to do what I'm telling you to do but yours is low. You have to eat more protein because, when you get this transplant, we got your protein levels have to be up so that, it'll protect you in the surgery. I had low protein. It was rare. So when I used to get out dialysis, I wasn't like drained. I used to go play golf and I used to have energy, A lot of people be drained. Yeah, man, it was totally different. And so I went in, we got ready to do the transplant, man. Me and my wife, we went in and, the transplant was a success. And matter of fact, this is a picture of us. I don't know if you can see this. This is a picture of us leaving the hospital, man. We have our high school stuff on.
Will you
that's
send us that picture?
With the mask on. And but she had little complications because it was, she had like an infection, I guess from the cut, but that healed up and it cleared up but it was the surgery was. I don't know how long it took because I was, once you go to sleep, you don't know. And it worked out, man. I got up the next day and walked around and, was walking. And it's funny because George Lopez, man, he had went through the kidney transplant. And I got a whole lot of information from him. And I was asking him how it was going to be and blah, blah, blah. And then I gave my information that I got. I gave it to Scarface, from Ghetto Boys. I gave man, it's going to be like this. It's going to be. And the only thing Scarface was worried about, hey, man, do they got to stick that thing up your pee-pee?
Scarface.
Hardcore gangster.
Scarface is something else.
Brad is a trip. He's a trip.
Yeah, man. So, but that's how it worked out. And, since then, my creatinine levels been, I think after the surgery it was like 1.6. And then ever since then, it's been going down to 1.4. It was staying at 1.2. And I went March 10th and I got my blood work and it was like 1.1. This is the lowest it ever been since the surgery.
That's good. And so tell you and Edie went through and you did the exchange. You did the kidney exchange.
Yeah.
Talk through that because some people think you have to have an exact match.
Pair donation is such a great option for us.
As long as you have a donor. If you have a donor, like my doctor say, you have somebody, that friend want to donate. I say, man, my friend's sick too.
But how many people ended up benefiting from you guys doing the exchange, right?
Well, the lady, it was a person in Florida that needed a kidney. So her friend, I think, was in, I want to say Kentucky, somewhere. Her friend was in Kentucky. So her friend was giving her a kidney, but her kidney, wasn't matched for her friend in Florida. So the friend in Kentucky gave me the kidney and Edie gave a kidney to a guy out here in Los Angeles. And the other person, I guess, in Los Angeles was giving the person a kidney in Florida. Ain't this crazy?
That's how that wow. That is crazy.
Yeah. It's amazing what they can do now.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Houston did a 5 swap one time. It was like the largest swap ever done. It was like 5 people or something like that was involved. And they were just going, got the kidney. But you don't have to have a perfect match. But if you have somebody willing to give you a kidney, and it goes fast because soon as they put me on the list of kidney transplants, man, I got a kidney in 15 minutes. I was on there for 15
on
minutes.
The exchange, right? Through the kidney exchange. Yeah. I think that's. I always recommend people, even if you're a perfect match with someone, you should go through the exchange because we met a young lady. I'm probably like 2-3 months back. And she was telling us about that. She was young. She's probably like 25, 26. The young girl who sells insurance.
Yep.
And she, her kidneys failed her after childbirth. And so, her fiance was willing to do the exchange and they ended up doing like 6, 7 people years ago. Yeah, really? It was amazing. And I was like, my God, just knowing about that program, but so many of us don't know.
You don't even have to be in the same state, right? You don't even have to be in the same state. Yeah.
I mean, it is one of the best ways that a person can get. It literally opens up all kinds of avenues for us to receive those transplants. And there are so few Black people who receive preemptive transplants. Like the numbers are really minuscule on preemptive transplants, but then transplants in general, we are underserved in that capacity. So this is something that opens up the doors to that.
And, the wonderful thing about that,
and we have an education program on that too.
Yeah, and we do. And so the wonderful thing about that is that you can be a black person and give a kidney to a white person. You can be white and give a kidney to a black person.
I have a female kidney.
Yep, male and female. Yep.
Yeah, have you become more sensitive?
Man, I stop at every Sephora. Every time I see a Sephora, I stop it. I go to the malls and look at everything and don't buy nothing.
I don't know why I deal with you. You always got some mess to say.
Well, we're the segment's running down. Reginald, I look forward to working with you more on just with the radio station. Yes. And the second quarter we have a lot.
We're gonna knock it out.
We are, and I'm excited about that. And you and your wife really calmed me down because I really want to go ham. I'm like, we need to take the industry on and bring these numbers down.
I'm like, this is not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, we do,
we're
man.
excited. We're excited about it.
We can do it.
The best, man. Because nobody is educated. We educated a lot on blood pressure, but we're not educated on with how blood pressure can really do, the kind of damage that it can really do.
I
says it's silent killer, and
yep. And I feel like there's a downplaying of like they downplay the significance of diabetes and what it's going to do to you. They downplay the significance of high blood pressure and what it is actually doing to your body. Simply understanding that and how impactful and what is the fact that you will end up on a machine, you will end up with an amputation, you could end up blind. Those are important pieces that you
and nowadays you go to doctors. You go to doctor's offices nowadays, and you'll be in the doctor's office for about 10 minutes. Once you get in to see him, you're in the waiting room for about an hour. You go in to see the doctor, you're in there 10 minutes, and you out. It's like they go, yeah, okay, blah, 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 and they don't really educate you and tell you what's really going on.
They hardly even touch you.
If you like a little bit good, they say, okay, you good.
And I think sometimes it comes from a good place, right? And everyone knows that I go in on the physicians a lot, but here just talking more to patients, I think it's coming from a good place where they don't want to worry you about your health. But I am there's nothing about me that's a snowflake, and I don't think there's anything about most Americans that's a snowflake. Tell us, and so we can make adjustments.
Yeah, the best thing you can do.
Yeah, let me know, man. Let me know. I don't want to sit around.
The word of the day for us and for our entire movement, if there was one word that could be used for us, that would be transparency. We seek transparency. I deserve to know and have every right as an American to know my numbers and to know what's going on with me.
Yep.
You don't have the right to keep that from me. So
there you go.
And you've been listening to On the Record
with Tiffany and Kevin
on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, home of conservative talk radio.
Thank you, Reginald Ballard, for being here with us. And everybody that has something to say, send me an email.